So they've started to spread the dirt, and night doesn't prevent them from doing what is needed to be done, and they are going to spread this dirt out manually, and then they are negotiating with their boss. The boss says he's going to buy Fanta for them, and they said no, they need energy drinks. That's the discussion that is going on right now. This is how hard these men work. These are not Liberians. You can interpret that however way you want it, but I just had to make that point. Oh yeah, we have a couple of lights up. We are not done with the lighting yet because we are still, like for example on a building there we can put the exterior lights, and we still need to do the upper floor light, the uppermost floor light. But lights are now on the lower and mid floor, but they are turned off for now. And once the painting is done inside, we'll start doing the electrical on the top floor, and once the exterior is done, we'll put the security lights around the building. But for now, around the fence we have some lights, so that whole side of the fence is bright, it's lit. And the front side is also bright and lit, and this other side is also bright. Everything is bright. We just need to get the work done, clear up all of this mess that you see before you. But the yard is bright. The yard is well lit, and it's going to be further lit once that building is done. Yeah, these guys will spread some of this dirt tonight. They won't finish, but they have a tight deadline to meet to be able to go to Xity and commence the work there. So that's why they are working overtime. So yeah, this is what's happening here. Lots of work, lots of hard work. So this gray part you see is for future wiring. If we want to wire across this driveway from this side where we have our solar installation to that side where we could put up some future buildings, this pipe is for that future wire. We already have a wire underground that goes through that blue door, the room behind that blue door, which is where we have our major exchange. From there, the wire is also underground to go to the building, to the main building. That is already done. But what if in the future we want to take power from this power source, and maybe we want to build anything along that wall? You see, beyond this driveway and between the driveway edge, the curve of this driveway and that white wall is a huge space stretching from the main entrance wall to this exchange building. We may want to build something in the future there, and that's something we need power. And that power could come from that building, or it will come from the main source across on this side. And one reason why we want to take it from here is because from here in our control room, we can put a lot of monitoring devices on this line to monitor how much power is consumed by whatever we build here. That way, if that particular thing we built here, say for instance, we wanted that entity or that thing to pay electric bill, we wouldn't measure from here, because this will be combining that power usage on the power used by this main building. and we want to separate that from anything else on this side. So we have this line that will come directly from the main source, where we can measure exactly how much power will be consumed by anything on the other side of this line. And we'll have several of these. One of them will also lead from the main building to that wall, to that side, and beyond the fence. If we want to build anything beyond the fence, yes, we do have land beyond this fence. Beyond that main entrance, you pass an alleyway that is running from one side to the other side. And beyond that, you have another acre of land there. We haven't done anything with it, so we are going to run another pipe underground across this fence. Well, we'll stop at this fence first, so that in the future, if we want to do anything, we'll just run the wire through that pipe. And from this driveway to that other entrance where the vehicle is parked, we're going to build another driveway that will come and join this. So it's going to be under that driveway that we have to lay the same pipe that will carry future wires in that direction. Yep, that's what's happening. And meanwhile, the guys are spreading the dirt. We're making some progress here. You can see work is intense, and it is happening. So the crew is building the driveway from that gate, from that entrance down to the main building. There's going to be a roundabout right where you see that white structure here. There's a roundabout that goes around it and comes right back down and go all the way to that driveway. And they were just doing, you see that beam over there, so they've done that entire side of the beam. They've casted that side, and they are partially done with this. You just finished this a few seconds ago, and I thought they were going to call it quits for the night, but here they are, basically beginning the next phase of the work, which is to spread this thing here. So about an hour or two later, this is where they are now. So you see they've spread that side. Those were 5 truckloads of dirt that they've spread manually. There is almost half truckload remaining for this side. Then there is a gap in here that will be filled, so additional truckloads will be brought, and those will be dumped here. But then the other side, the back, there was also another 5 truckloads, and that is how far they've gone in spreading those. So you see that little mound by the white little thing over there, that's the one that is remaining mainly. Everything else has been leveled down. 5 truckloads. So imagine between here we need probably another 5 truckloads, and that's excluding this other driveway we're going to make from that gate that will connect down to this one. So that's where we are. Still need more dirt. More dirt, more money. That's what we need here. But these guys, they work hard. I bought them some energy drinks to fuel the fire. It's very hard working. It's always good to give them little incentives and appease them, because they're working very hard for you. Even though you're not responsible for that, it's always good to be nice. And they are such a grateful bunch of guys. I gave them the thing. They were so grateful for it. Bought them a case of just energy drinks. Simple things like that. You know, they are working extra hours. You want to be able to do that. So they'll complete this, I think, tonight, and then tomorrow the trucks can have more room now to drive through and dump some more loads here. And then they will level this up with the two sides that they've already leveled up to the guards, the rails, the banks of the road. Yep, that's what's happening here. Building is painted inside but not outside yet. They're applying putty to the top upper floor there. After that, the painting outside will commence. For the parts that are painted inside, you can see some blue paint in the top, the mid floor there. So blue painting where the lights are. It's pretty. When the building is painted or and we have enough lights around, you'll see that. We no longer worry about power. We have 3-phase 120 208 volts. So all of the 220 machines that they use in the yard, we don't need no more transformer to step up my initial 120, only 120 lines that I had on the smaller solar. So 220 for them to use it. Now they can use the 208 volts directly on their 220 machines and it works perfectly. In fact, the power is so stable and clean that they love it. The guys love using it. So that's the good thing about installing industrial things like this. You don't lack power now. Machines operate smoothly. Whether they want to cut, whether they want to weld, whether they want to break concrete, any machines that they have, that is a 220 machine, 220 volt machine, they can plug directly into my 208 outlets and operate those machines. Yeah, that light is not a solar, that bright light on our lightning rod, on our lightning arrestor pole that is feeding off of the solar power. And we have several of those around the fence. And we're mounting even bigger ones on the building, around the building, to light up this side of the fence. But you see, we have smaller lights on that building, and then we have the bigger lights mounted around the fence. You cannot see that one behind the palm tree in that very corner. There's not a big non-solar light. The smallest light that you see are the solar lights. Solar light, solar light, solar light, non-solar light. So we have similar one up there behind that palm tree. And then we have another one over there, non-solar. So those ones are feeding off of our power source, which is also solar. But what we are saying is that the light themselves, those ones have solar panels attached to the back of the light, so that's a solar light. These ones, yes, our entire power system is based on solar, but those ones are like non-solarized lights, so you have to feed them through your outlets. And that's what we are powering from our huge solar installation. That's the idea. So we're making our driveway. So in the future, where that truck is parked, so you'll be able to drive into that gate through the yard, across here, and go and turn around that coconut tree, the roundabout, and drop people off right here on the shoulder. This is why this area is wider, and there is a space for 2 cars to park back to back and drop people off that will go into the office, and then you can come and drop. But while you are parked, another vehicle can pass you by and come and go that way. You may be wondering what are we doing here, crisscrossing some things here. You see a line of this thing coming from here and then going and connecting in the middle there. So there's a Y here. It's an upside down Y right now. Well, it's a Greek letter lambda if you read it from this side. But what these are the channels that will have water passing under the road or under this driveway. And that's what we are building. And this is the quality of that channel we are creating here. As you can see, that's what the guys are doing. So water will be able to flow from up there and from this way come into this channel, and it will flow, come meet here, and then go down, go through there. That is the work we've done here. Gray pipe you see in the dirt is for future cables that we want to pass underneath this driveway. That pipe will just remain there empty for now, and it runs all the way up there to our main control center, our powerhouse. It runs from there and just crosses the driveway. And a future wiring we want to do, we'll put the cables right through that pipe. And yeah, guys are working here hard, making this corridor, creating a water channel. And this water channel will be tall, that will meet the road, so that in the future, when we're cleaning it, we just basically lift the covering right in it, so that any debris that is in it can go down. That is why these two rods are this tall, because they will be able to support the weight of vehicles passing over here, and at the same time allow us to remove the cover and clean in it. That's how tall and big, wide it is. That's the channel we are making under. So everything we're doing here, we'll do some degree of care for quality and durability. Not just some degree, a high degree of care for that actually. That's what's happening. We spread that dirt last night. Today, we're going to do this, and then after we build this, backfill here. We're having compacted here. We'll do the compaction. There is one particular person, I don't remember their name, a very kind follower of Xity. This person always, whenever we did a video of the yard, they would say, please do the landscaping, like pleading with us to do a proper landscaping. Well, here is it. You've been requesting for it. We are doing it now. We hope it will meet your approval. When we are all done, I think then we'll do another video. You'll see how it looks like. And if you are that person out there, let us know if this meets your approval, because you always constantly reminded us, this is really good, please do a landscaping. And I know we know the importance of landscaping. We know the importance of fixing your yard, the grounds of your site. So that's what we are doing here. We are basically shaping things up. And yeah, let's see. I hope this meets your approval and that you like it, because I remember you always pleaded with us so kindly. So that's what we are doing. Yeah. And we redesigned the other gate so that it looks just like that. That gate is still under development. So we're still working on it. But the guys are there. As you can see. So we're fixing it. That's the guy right up there working on it. And if you're wondering, this is how under our solar tent looks like. We're applying putty. We're basically building it up. We haven't painted it yet. After applying putty, we'll basically finish the painting. But this is how underneath here looks nice and cool due to the solar panels overhead. And we still haven't put the gravels in between these concrete slabs that we created. We'll do all of that, wash the concrete slab, and everything will look nice and clean. But now it's all messy. We're applying putty. We're going to do the painting soon. And then we need to complete the door. They've done the window. They did a great job. It really looks cool and professional all around. All the windows are done here now. I won't take you into our control room now. It's restricted access now. It's not always I will take people in there. But here, in here, this will be our reception office. When you come to Xity headquarters, you don't have to go to the main building out there. You don't have to go to that main building to do business. You come here to the receptionist. And after your initial discussions, depending on what you came for and what level of assistance you need, you could be brought to the main building. This is where you'll come through from that entrance. There'll be a walkway, so you walk along this driveway, or you will drive and come and park your vehicle up there. There will be two driveways, one leading this way that will join this, and then where you see those blocks, those concrete blocks are, will be your parking spot. You can park your vehicle there, and then you walk, come up in here, come and talk to the receptionist. The receptionists already have their AC waiting for us to run the power line to connect to it. Brand new, top quality, top of the line AC, the CFR receptionist. They're going to be in here. Their windows are all top quality windows. Going to make sure our receptionists are comfortable and they are cool. And yeah, they enjoy here. We'll put a mini fridge in here for them to cool bottle of water or drinks. In there, through there, is our control center. For now, it's restricted. That is what's happening here. All right, we'll stop here for today. Keep watching, keep following. We're doing our best to see what changes we can bring about here. It's not an easy job. It's facing a lot of difficulties, but we are taking one step at a time, little by little. You know, we the little guys can't rush into things like this. Take your steps, in small pieces, and by the time you know it, you are very, very near or at your destination. So that's what we are doing. We are moving in good steps. Oh, the building, progress on the building. Well, there we are now. You see the carpenters are up there. They're doing the facial board. That thing runs across there, and the painters also started applying putty up there. Once all of that is done, we're going to extend the electrical work up there, and then we're going to finish the painting and then put the security lights on the building. And yeah, we will be ready. We've been delayed a little bit again, just in terms of like, so here are things, right? For instance, there are certain electrical components that are brought from the United States. They were only sufficient for this floor and that floor. We didn't plan to extend like this. And once we did this, I wanted it to be consistent. So I had to actually order those parts again from the US, and it just arrived last night. So that means we can resume our electrical work now. Well, after the putty and some painting is done, then we can resume the work. But that was holding the electrical work. Even for some part of this building, we'll redesign everything, like setting components of breakers, even down to my breakers. They are cement breakers. They don't even go into the breaker boxes that are locally available here. So my breaker boxes, everything came from the US, the breakers, everything. And then when you miss one breaker, you have to basically have more come in. And since we are extending what that meant, we needed to bring more breakers and keep some for backup. So those arrived last night. Super happy about that. So yeah. Here again, this is your roundabout. Turn around here. Drive that way. Drive above these things. We are good so far. Bit by bit, we're making progress. It is not easy. It hasn't been easy. But yeah. We go through, right through the eye of our challenges. You know, I think it's the bisons in the great North American landscape wilderness back in the days. The entire, or a huge swath of the western United States was basically that great wilderness with a lot of bisons roaming the fields. You know, the bisons, when a winter storm is coming, while other animals flee away from the winter storm, the bisons actually turn and face the winter storm and go right through the winter storm. And the logic they use there is that then the winter storm won't last long, because the more you flee away from it, the longer you feel that winter storm coming. You feel the temperature, but once you go through it, it passes you, you are good. That's how sometimes we handle our storms. We go right through it, very mild, and we get hit, we get battered, we get beaten, but we emerge on the other side. We shake it off and we keep moving. And that's what we are doing here with everything we are doing here. Yeah. We have our painter. Our painter is here painting. It's painting here. But this is just the putty. It's applying. We haven't done the entire painting yet. After applying the putty, it's going to do the painting. And we're going to have a very nice solar station here. The windows have already been installed. Very beautiful window. I love these windows. They're professional. Not those mirror things. No. These are just tinted glass. They help in reflecting the heat, but they're not that reflective thing that looks like mirror. It looks cheap. It looks very professional. And the frames are beautiful. So after all of this work, after all of the painting, I'm going to clean that frame. It's going to look nice. This is it. And yeah. And here our door has been upgraded. It looks prettier now. We're still going to paint it. Wouldn't it look nice? You know how those type of iron that look like rusty, but it's not rust? Like this looks like that, but unfortunately this is actual rust. But I wouldn't mind having a gate that looks like this kind of bronze, like old industrial thing. This would have been nice if we didn't have to coat it with anti-rust and then paint it. It just looks like this, like a rusty iron thing, but it's not rust. Some of you are familiar with that. Like that is what I would have loved to see here at this gate. But anyways, there is the welder and his assistant. We're fixing things up here. I'm gonna fix this gate. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna roll smoothly. It's already rolling smoothly. We changed the bearing and changed some of the frames around it to make it lighter. These angle bars were very heavy. Super heavy. They made rolling the gate difficult. Yes, we could electrify and operate this thing on motor. We can do that. Eventually we can do that. But for now it's fine for it to be manual. And there is the welder and his assistant, comfortably doing their work, safely doing their work. So yeah, cool. The yard is still messy, but it's taking some beautiful structure now. So I think we are getting to the point where the yard would look very pretty. That building there, they already applied the white putty. You can see it close up. That's the other painter up there, and this is the other painter here close. That's the chief painter here. That's his assistant over there. And we're getting there gradually.